All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Never honest to the apostles and the elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you, brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And Shalom to you believers out there, the Akim Wahagwath. And what I wanted to go into, a quick hitter, is I was just sitting back reflecting on, past relationships with friends, even family, even a couple women I dealt with, and I came to the conclusion that, when the Lord closed a door, sometimes it's best not to try to reopen that door, all right? Because, we all have, been with people, whether it be, a girl, a guy for the women, an old friend or something happened with them or whatever. And, you tend to have, let's say, in my situation, you might have somebody you grew up with, it was your best friend, you was like brothers, and then y'all kind of lose contact. And, you guys lose contact. And on your path, you come into the truth. That person don't come into the truth. But, you start learning scriptures, you start being edified by the brothers, you start learning the truth, and your old best friend go on a certain path, and you may want to kind of reconnect and see what's going on and all of that, but sometimes, the Lord closed the door for a reason, man, all right? And I only got one scripture so far, and I just wanted to put this out here because, I know a lot of us go through this, and I was just thinking, I'm going to just put it out here, it was a lady I was dealing with years ago, and she recently, inboxed me on Facebook, and, we had a couple conversations, but then, all of a sudden she just kind of, I noticed that, she friended me on Facebook, then she unfriended me, and it was just weird because we only had a couple conversations, but I guess, it wasn't to her liking or whatever. I ultimately feel um, she wasn't really, I feel maybe she wanted me more in than I was. But the thing about it is, when the Lord closed the door, man, it's meant to be closed. And it's just I'm not going to try to figure out what's going on and all these things, because during the conversations, I kind of came to the conclusion she was basically going the same old thing, And, it's just I'm glad that happened because, I've been recently wanting to get in contact with an old friend of mine. We grew up together. Me and him, we was like brothers. But I'm I ain't gonna do it, because it's I just feel at this point in my life, moving forward is the best thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might be in a situation where you might want to go back, and the thing about going back is that's what it is. It's going back. It's not going forward. You know what I'm saying? And going forward, you might have to leave people behind you in that rear view. Whether it's could have been a best friend, your favorite cousin, somebody in your family, man. Somebody who you had love for. Y'all went through it. Y'all went through the ups, the downs for a long time, but then it was a certain point in time in life where y'all lost contact, man. And things weren't the same. And, you kind of want to be like, man, let me see what's going on because we had so much history. But sometimes it's just best to just let that be. It don't mean there's no beef. Y'all gonna fight and shoot each other. It just means that you went one way and that person went another way, and the Lord separated y'all for a reason. So I want to get this Proverbs 3 in the NLT, starting at verse 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding." All right. And sometimes you can't understand like why this relationship went left. Me and this person, we was good, like we was bros, or I loved her, or I loved him, and we was together for X amount of years and this and that, and we lost contact, and it was something stupid. When you think about it, it wasn't really nothing at the time. It seemed like something, but it was really nothing. To where it'd be like, years go by, and you be like, okay, I can forgive that person, and maybe if I reach out, we can connect and we can be good again. But no, it ain't. And me talking to the person, the young lady I'm talking about, the lady I'm talking about, it was like when I talked to her, it was cool because she reached out to me. Like, I hate the way it ended and yada, yada, yada. I was like, yeah. And so, we befriended each other on Facebook. We exchanged numbers and we contacted each other and we had like 3 to 4 conversations. And we live in different states now. So it was like, okay, when I come back and visit, I might see you. And she was like, yeah, you can come see me, you can come stay with me. And I was kind of skeptical, like, I don't know, because there's a lot going on. I know when I left her, when me and her split, I should say, I know what type of situation I would be dealing with her, as far as like her family and things of that nature. And now, she probably didn't deal with other dudes and this and that. We had a couple of conversations and she let me in on some things that was going on with her, and it was kind of like drama filled. It was like, nah, I don't. And it was just like, no, I don't, it's a reason why the Lord shut that door on that relationship, whether it was you and a significant other or a best friend or a family member. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was ride or die at one point. It was like y'all was ride or die, man. Like y'all was connected, like boom. But now it's like, damn, we don't even talk. Like we strangers. And you might be like, damn, excuse my language, but you might be like, man. And this is just something I was thinking about, and I felt like somebody out there, you know what I'm saying, is for somebody out there. Proverbs 3, NLT, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will, all right? It was his will to separate y'all. It was his will to guide you on one path and guide that person in another. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. And that's exactly why, now, not talking about the guy I grew up with, we was like brothers. We was best friends. We was like brothers. And I've been, I wanted to contact him, but I'm like, nah, something in me is like, nah. You know, I'm not, I'm not gonna do it, because I contacted him one time and it was just like, I'm like, hey man, we brothers, yada, yada, yada. This is my number. And then he inboxed me like, yeah, this is my number. You can contact me. And it was just like, I don't know. Like, you know, whatever the gripe was, Not saying it's all his fault. It could be both of us, but whatever it was, the Lord separated us for a reason, man. And if it is a reason why y'all might reconnect, that it will be the Lord will, but it gotta be organic. You know what I'm saying? Everything gotta be organic. You can't force the course of the river, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just want to put this little quick hit out there that remember, don't. I know some things might hurt, or you might be wondering, like, damn, like where it went wrong and what I should do. But number one, you should pray on it, and then sometimes um, you just gotta face the facts. You gotta realize, you gotta face reality that relationship is over. So, Lord willing, this was edifying and uplifting. Till the next time, Shalom.